So, with this video, my kind of like my objective of this video is to really just offer a suggestion or another option that can open up, that could like help in a way with this particular situation that's been going on as of late. So, if anything, this is just like my opinion on what I believe is an option that could really help women that are going through situations like this, or have felt like it was, or who have had past experiences, or who are dealing with like insecurities, or not insecurities, but are dealing with the fear of going out alone and feeling like they don't have what it takes to really defend themselves against other men that may come off a little sketchy in their eyes, and just they don't know how to deal with it, and they just have, you know, this messed up mindset that they can't like really do anything, and they just feel afraid all the time. So I just think like this video, I don't know if it would offer much help, but I feel like from what I've been seeing recently about this topic, and it's to be honest, it's super corny that this shit is even happening. Like the fact that like women really can't like go to specific places, or can't even do regular things without some creepy old having a stalk on, like having to like kidnap them and you know, do things that only God knows that's going on or whatever. And it's just unfortunate that shit like this happens, because I don't know, I like, for me growing up, I was always raised around females. So growing up, I was always I was living with my mom and my sister, and like my dad was around. I never lived with him, pretty much. So growing up, I was always around females, whether it be my mom, my sister, grandma, aunt, etc. And just I just don't understand how there's guys out there that do that type of shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like I don't know what's the backstory. Like, I'm pretty sure each situation is different, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about sex trafficking. All the shit I've been hearing about, like sex trafficking and females getting kidnapped here and there and over there and here, it's just really unfortunate to hear. And like, to be honest, like I don't like even like hearing shit like that, because it's one of those things where it's like I wish I could do something about it, but I can't, because I wasn't there. And I kind of just feel like, I also feel sad, because it's like it ruins it for the guys that have good intentions, that know how to take care of a woman, that know how to be around a female, and not have to resort to doing like corny shit like that. You know what I mean? But I'll get to it without talking so much, because it's already 4 minutes. But I feel like I'm sorry about that, you guys. My camera just like all of a sudden just had issues, and it just couldn't record the video. So I'm kind of just gonna start from where I was just last talking about. I believe that in this day and age that we're living in, and like with the shit that, sorry, and I curse too much too, so I'm sorry about that. And like with the things that are going on in this world, that and from like all these like things I've been seeing on the news and just social media, and from word of mouth and all that, like all these like sex trafficking acts that's been happening as of recent, I feel like now for females, or at least women that have that fear, or can't defend themselves, and they just feel like they can't go anywhere alone, I feel like now's the best time for women to learn martial arts. And that's really my suggestion. Like, of course you can bring pepper spray with you, you can have a taser, you can have whatever, and feel like you can defend, and feel like you can have something to kind of like fend yourself off of in case like something like that does happen, where you see yourself somewhere and, you know, all that, you can have a weapon. I'm not saying that it's not gonna work, but I feel like not every situation presents yourself in a way where you're always gonna have that weapon with you. You know what I mean? And it's like, from my perspective, or at least in my mind, it's like, would you always depend on a weapon that might not be there? Or would you rather be the weapon yourself? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that you gotta turn into a professional fighter. I'm not saying you have to have years of experience to like really like know something. But I'm saying if you can at least like try and like, I don't know, go to a martial arts gym or MMA gym and learn like a technique or two, or at least learn like the basics, I feel like you'll always have that tool in your belt for in any situation, and you can use it enough to where you can find a way to escape and leave the situation and not be in that, and not be a victim. So I just think that like, and this is something that just came to me like as recent, because I just know that like, I just know that like, if you were to learn a legit move that could really hurt somebody, like that could be your chance to, like, it could help you in a way. I'm not saying that like the taser won't work. I'm not saying you know, a pepper spray won't work or anything like that, but I just feel like you're not gonna always have that around you. And of course I could be wrong, you know. There could be women out there that see this video and think, what are you talking about? I always have my pepper spray, I always have this with me, I always have that with me. But it's like, you know, if you can learn a move or two or a technique or two, you're always gonna have that with you, versus having a weapon that might not be there for you. And you know, it doesn't take much to learn like the basics, or at least certain move sets. Now I know everybody varies, you know, some people learn something quick, some people learn faster than others, and everybody varies, you know, but not everybody picks up things within a snap. However, I feel like it could benefit women out there that do fear for their life and and feel afraid to like walk outside at night by themselves, and like it'll give them that confidence, you know what I mean? It'll give you that confidence to know that like, okay, if something goes down, if something dangerous happens, if something like really intense happens that makes me feel uncomfortable, I can always use this move. I could always use the technique that I've learned at this gym or that gym, and possibly find a way to escape and not be a part of the event from happening, and avoid it, you know. And it's like, I don't know, I just think that like at the end of the day, like, what's the real problem are the people that are doing this shit. Like, they're the problems, you know. Like, the fact that this is even happening is just like, it's like what I said earlier in this video, it's really corny and whack, and it sucks that shit like this does happen. And I don't know, man, I just think that like now's the best time to learn martial arts if you're a female in 2019 that feels afraid for themselves, that know that they can't defend themselves, you know. Because, and I'm not saying you don't have to have a weapon. I'm not saying one is better than the other or anything like that. Like, if anything, you could probably have both. You could probably carry something with you and also learn a move or two, you know what I mean? And it doesn't, like, I just think that this is a great option. This is a great option for any female to have. And, you know, I'm pretty sure you probably know somebody that probably knows a martial art, that I don't know, you might have an uncle that used to box, or maybe you have a brother or cousin that used to wrestle in high school. You know what I mean? There's so many like different martial arts that you could learn from that can help you in situations like that. You know, whether it be boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, capoeira, sambo. Like, there's so many different martial arts that you could learn from, that you can like pick something from, that you could pick and like use in your arsenal, in your tool belt. And just think of it as like insurance, because like you know, it's like the famous, it's like the saying goes in martial arts that you learn it so you don't ever have to use it. And in that instance, it's like, you don't want to like use it all the time. Like, you don't want to like go outside and just beat everybody up, you know what I mean? Like that, I mean, you know, there is such a thing as lawsuits. So if you just end up like fighting people for no reason, you might catch a case or two, you know what I mean? But it's like, you don't want to have to use it until it's necessary, until you feel like you have to. And that's where I feel like martial art does play a big role in that. And now I think earlier in my video I said that one of the reasons why like I hate seeing it or don't like seeing it is because I can't do anything about it. And what I mean by that is just that at the moment, like hearing about it, like I like if I was there, I probably could have done something about it, like or let me try to rephrase that. What I mean by that is just saying that, like, of course there's a way to help out. Of course, you know, sharing it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you could always do that. But not being there and like not witnessing it is like different. Because it's like if I was there and I was to witness something like that happen, I would try to do something about it for it to not happen. So that's kind of where, hopefully I made sense by saying that. Like that's kind of what I was trying to clear up by saying. That's my way of clearing up what I said earlier. So yeah, I think this video is long enough already. If anything, like if you know somebody that knows somebody that trains in any kind of martial art or any discipline, I think that you could probably, you know, talk to them about it and possibly have them, you know, teach you something if they really know what they're doing. Have them teach you, or at least have them suggest you what kind of gym you should go to. And or just look up any gyms on Google. You could just go on Google, search up MMA gyms near me, and I'm pretty sure you'll find a whole bunch of them in your area. And from there, you could just kind of pick and choose, or, you know, trial and error, just pick which one you find you want to do. And there's, you know, there's gyms out there that have many different disciplines, you know what I mean? Like, I think not only should you maybe possibly carry something on you, but you should also learn a martial art as well, just so you can have that under your tool belt as insurance. Just so it could always, just so you can have that, you know what I mean? And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I have to say about this video. If there's something that I have to explain, I'll probably write it down. I'll type it in, place it in this video somewhere. But yeah, I'll just shut up right now because I'm going a little bit over time now. All right, take care, you guys. Peace. So I forgot to mention this interesting story that I feel like should be heard. And this was a story that was on the news. It was published at least like early this year, around January. And the story happened to be that there was a female in Brazil that was, I think she was like just hanging out. I think she was, I don't know if she was catching like the bus or something, or she was sitting down somewhere, and I think this was nighttime, and a man came up to her with the intentions of trying to rob her, and he had a gun and everything. And little did he know that the female he tried to rob was a professional MMA fighter who actually happened to fight in the UFC. I don't know if she fights now in the UFC, but she actually, at the time of the video, she did. And her name is, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but I believe her name is Pauliana Viana. I could be saying her name wrong. If I'm saying it wrong, hopefully one of you guys in the comments can let me know. But this man thought he thought he was gonna get her. He thought he was just gonna be able to do whatever he wanted to. He thought he was gonna be able to get her because of the simple fact that she was a female. A little did he know, he got two-pieced, kicked, and choked out, and to the point where he was black and blue. He had bruises and all that. He was done, and she just kind of just hold him. She kind of just hold him there after she, you know, demolished him. She pretty much hold him and waited for the cops to come. And I think that's just a prime example of how effective martial arts is. And I know she's a professional fighter, but it's like you don't even have to be a professional fighter to just know a couple of moves that can really help you and defend you. So I kind of just wanted to share that quick story out. I'll definitely post several links to the video, because there's more than one like video on the topic, and I don't know if there's any official video, but I'll definitely try to post it in the comments or in the description box. If that doesn't let you know right there how effective martial arts can be, bro, I don't know what can. Like, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't have a weapon, but learning a martial art or just learning a good technique or two can really like be effective in scenarios like that. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about this one. I'll definitely, I don't know, if you guys like enjoyed this video, be sure to like give it a thumbs up and subscribe and hit the notification and all that. And I just really wanted to provide some kind of help and like kind of just put my 2 cents out there on a great solution, or at least a good option to a problem like this. And I just hope that somebody could like be inspired off of this and maybe potentially pursue martial arts or take a gym or try something, you know what I mean? It don't hurt to try something. So that's kind of where I wanted to take this video at. So yeah, take care, you guys. Peace.